Hi, I wrote a love letter for the woman you are becoming. So, if you're interested, please pay attention. I hope you didn't click this by accident. I hope you didn't press play just to pass time or drown out your thoughts. Because this isn't background noise. This is a conversation, and I want you here with me for it. I don't know where you're watching this from. I don't know if you're curled up in bed with the lights off, or sitting on the floor of your room, or half listening while getting ready for a life you're still trying to understand. I don't know what today has felt for you, but I do know this. You didn't find this randomly. Something in you needed to be reminded of who you are. So take a deep breath. Unclench your jaw and let your shoulders drop. This is a love letter. Not the kind you receive from someone who wants something from you, but the kind written by someone who sees you. Someone who knows the quiet battles you don't post about. Someone who understands the weight you carry so gracefully that people forget is even there. I want to speak to you. I want to speak to you. Not the version of you that performs. Not the version that keeps it together. And not the version that says, I'm fine, when she's anything but fine. I'm talking to the woman underneath all of that. The one who feels deeply. And the one who thinks a lot. The one who knows somewhere inside her that she has made for more than just surviving her own life. So let me say this first, slowly and clearly, because I know you struggle to believe it. You are not behind, you are not late, and you are not failing. You are in the middle. And the middle is uncomfortable. The middle is quiet. The middle doesn't get applauded. But the middle is somewhere where becoming happens. You don't give yourself enough credit for how much you've already grown. You have this habit of minimizing your progress, of brushing past your healing like it was nothing, of focusing only what's still missing instead of what's already something that you've overcome. You forget the nights you cried to yourself to sleep and still showed up the next morning. You forget the conversations you outgrew. You forget the habits you broke. You forget the strength it took to choose differently. You are doing the work, even when no one sees it. That matters. I know you can be hard on yourself. You motivate yourself through pressure, through self-criticism, through telling yourself that you will rest once you've earned it, that you'll be proud once you're better. But listen to me. You were never meant to be loved only at your best. You were meant to be loved while becoming. And right now, you are becoming. There is something so powerful about a woman who is willing to sit with herself, to reflect, to unlearn, to ask the hard questions instead of numbing the answers. That kind of woman changes rooms without raising her voice. She leaves imprints without forcing her presence. And you, whether you realize it or not, you are that woman. You don't need to be louder to matter. You don't need to be harder to be strong. You don't need to be rushed to prove your worth. Your impact comes from depth, from intention, from the way you move through the world with awareness. You have a gift. And I know you felt it. That sensitivity you sometimes wish you didn't have, that's discernment. That emotional depth you've been told that makes you too much, that's intuition. That ability to notice what others miss, that's leadership in its softest form. You were never meant to fit into a world that rewards numbness. You were meant to feel and then to shape something meaningful from it. And I know you've tried, and I know you're tired of starting again, tired of outgrowing people, tired of being the one who always does the inner work. But hear this clearly. Outgrowing is not failure, it's alignment. Every time you choose growth over familiarity, you're honoring the woman you're becoming, even if it costs you comfort in the moment. You're learning how to choose yourself without guilt, and that can feel terrifying. You were taught to be agreeable, to be low maintenance, to accept less and call it patience. But the version of you that's emerging now, she wants depth, she wants truth, and she wants a life that feels like peace, not performance. And she deserves it. I want you to stop romanticizing who you used to be. That girl did her best with what she knew, but she doesn't need to lead anymore. She was survival mode, and you are stepping into intention now. This new version of you is quieter, but stronger, softer, more discerning, gentler, but no more naive. She doesn't chase, she chooses. She doesn't beg, she believes. She doesn't shrink to be loved. She expands and lets the right people rise to meet her. Becoming her doesn't mean you will ever doubt yourself again. It just means you won't abandon yourself when you do. And there will always be days where you feel confident and clear, and there will always be days where old habits whisper your name like they miss you. That doesn't mean you're going backwards. Growth doesn't erase temptation, it gives you awareness. And awareness is your power. You're learning to pause before reacting, to sit with discomfort instead of numbing it, to ask yourself, is this aligned with the life I'm building? That one question will save you years of unnecessary pain. You are allowed to want more peace, more honesty, more purpose, more love that feels safe. Wanting more doesn't make you ungrateful, it means you're awake. One day you will look back at this season and realize how brave you were, how many silent battles you won, how many times you chose healing when staying the same would have been easier. You'll thank yourself for the boundaries you're setting now, for the standards you're raising, for the courage you're practicing in private. Even on the days you feel invisible, you are becoming. Even on the days you feel ordinary, you are building something extraordinary through consistency. I need you to understand something deeply. You are not too much. You are not difficult to love. And you are not wrong for wanting a life that means and feels meaningful. You are allowed to build slowly. You are allowed to rest while working so hard and without quitting. You are allowed to change your mind. You are allowed to become someone your past self wouldn't even recognize. And even when it feels like no one is clapping, heaven is watching. Your future self is watching. The life you're building is responding to every small, intentional step you take. I believe in you. Not in a surface level, motivational way, but in a grounded, I see your patterns way. I believe in your ability to create a life that feels like home. I believe in your discernment. I believe in your softness. I believe in your resilience. And I hope when this ends, you don't rush back into noise. I hope you sit with this. I hope you speak to yourself more gently today. And I hope you remember that becoming your best version isn't about fixing yourself. It's about returning to who you were before the world told you to be smaller. You are not late. You are right on time. And I am so proud of you for becoming, even when no one was watching. So keep going, because the world needs the woman you're becoming. Love ya!